Our reward for finishing up a bit of studying is opening up this hipper and putting it on my phone. My older sister recently went on a trip and brought it back for me. She opened it up and did not like what it is. It's basically a monchichi, which is like a figurine, but this is a blind box one, so you don't know which one you get until you open it up. She didn't like it, like I said, and so she got another one, and she likes the one she got, so she just gave me this one. I don't think you probably can return them, but like that's the point of the blind boxes, of like just being like, ooh, which one am I gonna get? And I got this one, so like this blue little baby, and I think it's so cute. Yeah, I got that one, but these would be so cute, so I low-key want to see if I can like get more, because I feel like that would be so cute. But this is the one in the flesh, and so I'm gonna put it on my phone. And you've probably seen people have these with the Sunny Angels, but the thing about the Sunny Angels is that the rear end is out, so like there's a little tushy on them, and I just don't like the idea of having a figurine that you can see like the back side of. Like, I don't like it. So this one is all covered up. They're modest in the back, and so you just put it on your phone, and it's just supposed to be like a cute little gadget. I think I want to do it on this side of my phone, and I feel like that is just honestly also so adorable. Like, if someone were to see me on my phone, they would just see a cute little baby. Like, how cute. But I need to make sure I'm doing this right. I think it's like this, right? Why did I just blink and put it on the wrong side of my phone? Okay, I think I did it. Okay, I think I did it. Look how cute. Why did that just bring me so much joy? That actually just brought me so much joy. I was having a little bit of a, I don't know, a weird day from all like the homework I did, and that actually just brought me so much joy. Thank you, Jesus, for the little joys. That actually made my day. Other than like talking to Jesus and my family today, this is making my day. One of the things I'm just gonna have to get used to in this like semester is the topic of my capstone project, which is something like actually super heavy and not light at all. But when I was looking through like topics and stuff to do on my capstone, I thought I was gonna go and do something about like Christianity and race and the intersection of that, but then the more I read and was looking at the materials and stuff, the more I was like led to do a very specific kind of niche topic, but it's just like super heavy, the literature around it, and it's more so just focusing on voices of the marginalized that have not been heard. And I felt really just like pulled to that topic, and anytime I do research, anytime I like think more about the idea, I have so much in mind. That's how I know it's going to be a good like fruitful topic that the Lord is like walking me and helping me like go through, literally walking me as in like showing me what books to read and like authors to cite, and just like making sure it's a unique project. Construction is so bad on my campus, it's ridiculous, but we're off work. I'm about to eat lunch. Hopefully not get lost going to class again. Located a chill spot to sit and yap at before class starts. This is probably so off topic, but like, to be lazy as a student is so much easier to do when you don't have anything in your ear telling you like, do the assignments, do this. Like, it's really all self-discipline. But also, if you are self-disciplined, your life is just easier. And it's like important to do that. So like, that's what like college teaches you, in a sense of like self-discipline, of like, okay, your professor didn't remind you of the assignment, but you know you have it coming up, so do the assignment, right? you know you could go out, be outside, but you know you need to be studying. Stay in and study, right? Like, I feel like college just teaches you a lot of like self-discipline and doing what you need to do, and I'm so appreciative of that. So on this little tiny yap session before class, I'm working on my capstone project a little bit. I haven't told you guys the topic of it yet, just because I want to make sure that I know exactly how I want to like explain the topic, because there's so many God winks in it that I'm like, hear me out, okay? But just know I'm working on it. I think I figured out my final format, which is going to be in like a newspaper, and I think it would be so cool if I like printed out my capstone as like the newspaper format it is and like turn it in as a newspaper. I feel like that would be so fun. But since it's a newspaper, there's lots of writing components that I need to do, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of writing before class. And we're not going to be lazy, we're going to be self-disciplined. But also, like, laziness is a sin for a reason, because laziness just like promotes your own self-desires over the actual responsibilities and like duties you have. And not to get on a rant, because I said I was just going to work, but I was reading, or when I finished the Bible plan yesterday with 𝚘𝚘𝚗𝓆𝚢, the last thing was just talking about how like it is a duty to obey God. Like, it's not just like, yeah, sure, I guess I'll do it. It's like, no, our duty as a Christian is to obey God. Like, that's a responsibility you have. And so when God says like the sloth is the one who like falls into poverty, it's your duty not to be like the sloth that falls into poverty, because we know there's abundance and riches and just like so much more out there for us. And it's just, when you think about the things that the Lord has told you to do as duties and responsibilities, and rather than choices, it's like, I have no choice but to lock in and write this paper and call this person and stop procrastinating this. Like, I have to lock in. I have to. I simply have to. Y'all, being a Christian is such a weird time right now. Can I be honest? I logged onto social media today not aware of what happened overnight. There was a political assassination of a very specific Conservative Party member. That's how my news put it. That's how I'm gonna put it. I don't like to inflict my political values on my channel, but I do like to talk about politics, because as someone who lives in the United States of America, it's inevitable for me to be interacting and talking about politics. So that occurred. I prayed for the family. I prayed for the individual who lost their life. I prayed for the college campus that the event took place on. And I thought that was going to be it. Today's also 9/11. So I was praying for anybody who's still impacted by 9/11. But I go on social media, I see there is another travesty that occurred, another shooting at a school. And I'm just like, what is going on right now? I understand that the world is at such a tumultuous, divisive rate, but I did not expect that Christians would be going at it on their Instagram stories, demeaning almost everyone who was unable to take an empathetic approach towards the first event that kind of catalyzed this weird day of emotions and like conversations in the Christian community, which was the political assassination. I am aware that as a believer, but also as a person of color, that my duty as a believer and as a person of color looks a lot different than anybody else's duty as just a believer who does not occupy the skin color that I do. And I go that route because I feel like people are unaware that when someone promotes values that have directly targeted a specific group of people, and maybe those people are also not Christians, we cannot expect them to take the same route that Christians take, because baby, guess what? They're not. And I'm not saying or condoning anything that has been done that has been disrespectful or ill intent or ill-advised or something that the Lord would frown upon. But I am saying that the Lord holds everybody accountable for what they say, what they do. But believers, our job is not to hold anybody else accountable other than ourselves and our local Christian communities. And so I was just taken apart going online and seeing people go at it in their stories like this isn't a day of travesty for so many people. There has been more shootings. It is 9/11. It is just so much stuff happening, and we are remembering that it's like this is a tumultuous time, and yet we're arguing on Instagram stories and not praying for our brothers and sisters. And y'all already know I'm not talking about no non-believers. I'm talking about Christians. I do not know why we keep going on the internet and in communities and speaking to non-believers and holding them to a standard that we're not even holding our brothers and sisters to. We're telling people to be loving with their speech. We're telling people to be careful and aware of just the complexities of life, but yet we cannot do that ourselves in our communities and hold people accountable for possible damage that they have done. That doesn't excuse any type of event or violence happen to them, but does give context on why the reaction to them is the way it is. And so it's a weird time to be a Christian right now because we're in a time where no one seems to want to address anything head on. And that's a little strange because that's not the Jesus I know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, good morning guys. It's the next day. I'm about to head into office now, but I want to show you guys a quick little fit check. I've gotten bad at showing you guys them. So this first headband is from Dollar Tree. It's just black with gold and like white accents. And then this shirt is from Rainbow. It has like a little peep top in it where it's like the little hole, you know what I'm talking about? It's super cute, and then it has these cute sleeves. I just have a cardigan on because it's really chilly outside, and then I have these dark wash jeans on from Walmart, and then my little black slides are from Shein.
So we made it to campus and I'm very early. There was less traffic than we expected, so I'm gonna run to Einstein and get either a coffee or a bagel. I know I already made a coffee and I made a little breakfast, but I kind of want something more for breakfast, and I also don't think I want to eat the yogurt that I packed for breakfast. I think I want to do that as a snack. And I have a hot coffee instead of a cold coffee, and I would really like a cold coffee. And like I said, I have time, so I think I'm gonna sit at the Einstein and also work as I wait for my order. Okay guys, I'm gonna do a quick taste test. I got a caramel cream cold brew from Einstein because an actual bagel sandwich was like $10, and I was like, yeah, I'll just eat my yogurt, but let's try it. I added a little more half and half. It's actually really good, and I don't drink cold brew, but that's actually pretty good. But like I said, I'm gonna get a bit of homework done before it's officially time to go into the office because I do have a discussion board due.